you see that. It appears that he is dropping feces on protesters marching in the No Kings rallies over the weekend. An estimated 7 million people showed up to those rallies, and there were about 2,000 demonstrations held across the country. But it wasn't just the president doing the crap slinging. His vice president posting this fake video showing Democratic leaders bowing to Trump, who has a crown on, holding a sword there. The White House mocked Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer with this little video or pictures put out. So did the Transportation Department, by the way, putting this out. Trump's communication director took a jab at Kamala Harris's husband with this. And these are the people that Americans are paying to run the government, which, by the way, as you know, is still shut down. And when confronted with Trump's sewage bomb, here's how the Republican Speaker of the House tried to spin it.
The president uses social media to make a point. You can argue he's probably the most effective person who's ever used social media for that. He is using satire to make a point.
All right, we've got our great panel here. Let's start with you, Pete Seat. You're so lucky you're in the hot seat. The president is supposed to be the president for all Americans. Why is this okay?
Well, they're calling it what it is, and that is a partisan charade. It is being completely overblown. Let me back up for a second. The very same people who mocked Donald Trump for his fixation on crowd sizes, saying it was indicative of absolutely nothing, want us to focus on the fact that 98% of Americans had nothing to do with these protests over the weekend. They want to overblow this and exaggerate it and make it sound like it is a massive wave against Donald Trump. What it is a Democrat Party stunt, one that was co-sponsored by the Communist Party of America. It is on the flyer, their logo. That should be disavowed. It should have never been allowed on the flyer to begin with. So the Speaker of the House, I don't agree with all of his language that he's using to describe this, but they're pointing out what it is, and that is just a bunch of partisan politics. If Joe Biden was president, these people wouldn't give a darn.
Do you think that if Joe Biden was president and he posted that video of Republicans who were out there expressing their rights with it dumping crap on their
I don't like a lot of the social media that Donald Trump puts out there. He's trolling. You can agree or disagree with the trolling, but it is his style of communicating. He seems to enjoy it, and a lot of his supporters do. I don't.
What do you think about this, Keith? As you hear, the responses from Republicans have been like, oh, he's trolling, oh, he's joking, oh, this is not a serious protest, even though there were some 7 million people out there.
You know, where does it end? What are we doing here? I mean, I was at the protest on Saturday in New York City. It was entirely peaceful. There were 100,000 people or so who were there down 7th Avenue in Manhattan. And there were millions of people at other protests across the country. No, it wasn't the entire population. But even when Dr. King led his marches, there were only a small fragment of the black community who was there. But it was a representation of the power of the people standing up against their government. People have busy lives, and they took time out of their lives to do that. And then to have the President of the United States figuratively crap on them for expressing their right to free speech is an affront to democracy. It's not only juvenile and immature, it's a reflection of where we are as a country today. On top of all that, then you have Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, and other people in the Republican Party saying this is okay because it's just Trump being Trump. Well, you know, last week they were saying it was okay for 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds to make racist comments about Nazis and stuff like that. But now we have the President of the United States literally attacking a 23-year-old, Harry Sisson, dumping crap on him. And that's okay, because that's fair game. But, you know, when the Republicans are doing it and they're calling each other Nazis, they're just kids. This is just a reflection of the hypocrisy of the Republican Party.
Bhatti, I think I'm old enough. I think we're probably all old enough to remember when Hillary Clinton used the deplorables comment, said that half of the people that support Donald Trump were part of this basket of deplorables, and Republicans went crazy, condemning her. To this day, they still do it. So why are Republicans covering for Trump when he does something like this, saying these people are a joke, they're not indicative of America, and